Well, how are you?
How am I?
Yeah.
Are you running?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm doing okay, thank you. Hi, my name is Dave. I work for Skyline Displays, a trade show and exhibit marketing company. I am the art director for our local office here in Georgia. Trade show exhibits are for large conferences that companies go to sell their goods or services, usually to other companies. It's a way of using sales in a more concentrated way with a captive audience for people who are more inclined to buy what you're trying to sell them instead of a salesman cold calling, going door to door, or trying to sell cross country basically over the phone. These are conferences where, again, companies get together to try to buy and sell their goods and services. And we design the exhibits that are the home away from home for these companies. So we build sort of an example of what they want their company to be portrayed as at the trade show.
How did you become interested in the art field?
As a kid, I always liked to draw and sketch and just be a little creative, so it just seemed like a logical pursuit as I got older, and didn't really know about trade show exhibits. That wasn't the plan, but I found it. Always liked three-dimensional aspects of design and thought about going into architecture, but graphics seemed to be a good fit. In high school for my junior and senior year, I went to high school for half a day. I went to a separate school for half a day, and it was almost like a college atmosphere, and they taught commercial art, it was called at the time, basically graphic design. And then I went on to 2 years college for advertising design, and then went to a school in Manhattan and finished my bachelor's degree at Fashion Institute of Technology, but it was for a major in advertising design. I lived on Long Island, being a short distance, about an hour outside of Manhattan. That was a great inspiration for me to go to school in Manhattan and work in Manhattan for a short time before moving to Georgia.
What's a typical day like for you at your office?
Most days are sitting behind a computer, meeting clients, discussing projects over the phone with clients, vendors, different production methods for how to build this or how to create this or that. The technology and how these things are produced is changing all the time, as in most industries.
Who are some of the people that you work with on a regular basis, like other artists, salesmen?
We have 2 other graphic artists in my department. One specializes in three-dimensional renderings of the exhibits using 3D software. He's not as much a graphic designer, but more of an industrial designer, it's called. But myself and another gentleman, we are specifically graphic designers. We do some 3D design, but that's not our specialty, and we do more content of the imagery on the exhibit, the message that's trying to be portrayed, and make the exhibit as impactful and interesting as possible to attract attention.
Are there any pros or cons about your work?
Pros are that we meet a lot of different people from a lot of different industries, sometimes fields you would never even expect that was a business. The work is different every day. The cons are the deadlines. Sometimes we can be asked to build an exhibit in a matter of days or weeks when normally they should take months. But somebody needs an exhibit or graphics for a show, in 3 days, we try to deliver as best we can. We really have designed exhibits for any company you can think of. Every company has multiple divisions, different parent companies, sister companies, affiliations with other companies. So it could be from AT&T to Bank of America, Netflix, any kind of TV company, gaming companies, could be Xbox. There's a large show called CES every 2 years, I believe, that specializes in the technology field, and they build or showcase massive exhibits. So it really can run the gamut as far as the different companies we work for.
What are some decisions that you have to make?
Most decisions are through, obviously, experience and expertise. We discuss the projects with the clients, what they might be looking for. We find through stock photography, through videos, through different vendors, the materials that the client might want to use or what might make their exhibit appealing and get their message across. We deal with different agencies, ad agencies, other graphic design houses that our clients might be dealing with already. So we work in conjunction with them, and there's a lot of that decision making between all these different entities. I do purchase graphics and some exhibit pieces and parts. Mainly my decisions are to make the best graphics possible to, again, get the client's message across.
What do you use to design your pictures on the trade show exhibits?
We use the standard, what's called the Adobe Creative Suite. We use primarily Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, but Adobe makes dozens of programs that could be applicable for different kinds of special effects or other types of graphic approaches. Once that we create our graphics in the computer, they are sent off to other locations, vendors that produce large format graphics, and they can be done on direct print to boards, to wood, to fabrics. Fabric is a big, very popular material in the industry the last 5 or 10 years. They use a whole set of different kinds of software to print those large scale graphics.
Are there times where the technology skills you've learned from your job come into handy outside of your job?
Sure. Creating my kids' invitations for all their birthday parties and events as they were growing up. I used my graphic design skills to create those invitations. My job affects my current lifestyle in a great way because I live so close to home that I'm able to get here in 10 minutes time and spend more time at home with my family.
Is working close to Atlanta beneficial at all?
Yes, in my field, you really need to be near a city to have the variety of work to come in, the variety of clients, companies that need exhibits. Usually in rural areas, there wouldn't be enough companies to justify having a company like myself here.
What current issues in your field should someone be aware of if they want to get into your field of work, either graphic design or the trade show exhibit business?
I think that if they wanted to get into the trade show exhibit business, they would really need to learn 3D animation, industrial design, things of that nature, AutoCAD programs. We use a program called Strata Studio Pro that specializes in 3D animation. If you were getting into the business now, that would be the more important type software or education to have.
Do you have any advice for anyone aspiring to be a graphic designer?
Anyone who's aspiring to be a graphic designer, stay current as much as you can. In the beginning, learn everything you possibly can about graphic design, drawing, painting, different techniques in the computer or not in the computer. Every little bit, everything you learn is going to help you in the future to create that next graphic. Technology is a big part of it today with the computer. They up to date with software trends and so on.